Hey friends, welcome back to Llama Mama Kayla's Yarn Tube. I hope you're all having a great day. I'm so glad you came by to visit with me today. Why don't you grab you a cup of something delicious and come back and join me. That is so refreshing. I am enjoying some tea that Darlene had sent me. This is the Girl Scout Thin Mint Tea. I'll show you the package. Sorry. Big Daddy was sending me a message. Turned my head to read it because it was sideways. I'm sorry. A little bit ago, I was sitting in there crocheting, and I was watching YouTube, and my screens are kind of like lined up across. I have 3 screens there, and the middle one is security cameras. And so I was watching the YouTube and crocheting on one. Oh, I was crocheting, but I was watching YouTube on one screen, and something caught my eye on the security screen, and so I looked over, and out of nowhere there was this huge dog, like way bigger than our dog Ginger, who is a huge dog. And so the dog walked across the front yard and walked up to the front door, stood there for a second and turned around and walked around to the back of the house and then disappeared into the woods. So I had messaged Big Daddy to tell him that some random huge dog just walked up to the front door, but then it walked around to the back of the house and kind of disappeared into the woods. Hopefully, there's a hunter out here. It's not hunting season, but sometimes they come out, early so they can scout where they want to hunt or fix lanes or whatever they do. I don't know. Hopefully he belongs to somebody that's with him and not a drop-off, because of where we live in the woods and in the wildlife management area. We get a lot of drop-offs, and it's sad. It's very sad, because a lot of times the dogs are sweet and they're not aggressive, but our dogs are aggressive. Our dogs do not tolerate strange dogs coming up in the yard or anything like that. They just go crazy, ballistic, barking, and just, they want the dog to leave. And so, anyway, Ginger was wanting to go out, but I didn't want to let her out and that dog be out there and then we get in a fight or something. So, anyway, I had messaged Big Daddy to tell him, and yeah, he agreed. Don't let Ginger out, or Phoebe for that matter. She would be the worst one. Because she thinks she's a big dog, even though she's tiny. Anyway, so he was just messaging me back about that. Okay, so back to the tea. Oh, that tastes really good. Now, it says it's this is Bigelow brand, Thin Mint Herbal Tea, mint and chocolate flavored herbal tea. It's I guess a Girl Scout brand. It is caffeine free, which I probably need the caffeine because I'm fighting it today. I'm fighting it today. I thought I saw on here where it said it was gluten free. Yeah, gluten free also, which I don't have an issue with gluten, but some people do, and so I did want to mention that. But anyway, I don't taste chocolate, but I taste mint. But it's not too overpowering, the mint. It's like subtle, but yet just enough. You know what I'm saying? It's a minty tea. But I don't really taste chocolate, and that's probably a good thing. I don't know. I was wondering what chocolate tea tastes like, but it's just a little minty flavor in it. Not too overpowering, but just enough to let you know it's there. So that's really nice. So I had got my hot water in my cup, and then I opened one of these and let it steep in there for probably a little over 5 minutes while I was getting my stuff together. And then I filled my cup up with ice because Yeah, it's too hot to be sipping on hot tea right now. So anyway, I have ice in here that's almost melted, but the tea is cooled off. But it is really nice. I like that. So today is Wednesday, halfway through the week. I think we're going to make it to the end of the week. And then, we'll have the weekend and then we'll start all over. So I've been in there crocheting today, just relaxed, having a good time all by myself and my YouTube friends. I've been watching some YouTube and just working on a project. So as you guys know, I'm working on projects to enter into my fair, and so I had a little Christmas section that I was trying to do some projects for to fill in those gaps, because I have not crocheted Christmas items this whole year, and so it's just that time where if I'm going to put some in the fair, I need to make them. And so I had mentioned that there was a category for a Christmas tree skirt, but I didn't know that I would try to make one because it would be time consuming to make that one large project when I could make several smaller projects for different categories. And then I said, unless you know of one that works up really quick that I could bust out, and y'all came to the rescue. I love y'all. So many of y'all recommended Fiber Flux. It said that she had a Christmas tree skirt. I looked that up and I fell in love with it. Okay, I love everything granny. I love a granny stitch. I love projects made with granny squares. I just adore granny squares. I just think they can be made into so many beautiful things, You're not just stuck with making a blanket with granny squares. So I saw her tutorial on her granny. I can't think of the name of it, but I'm going to link everything in the description box below. So if you want to find the tutorial, the pattern, what I'm talking about, just look in the description box below. So she had this granny stitch triangle. I don't think I've crocheted a triangle one before, but a granny triangle. And she made that into a Christmas tree skirt. Well, I'm all about that granny stitch triangle. So I got to work on it, right? Yes, I got to work on that right away. And I am using this Christmas Ogo. I had got a few of these from, that place, Joann's. I had ordered a few of these from Joann's, and so I thought, well, I'll use that. I didn't know how much I would be able to. I didn't know how many of these it would take to make the triangles, because in all you need to make 6 triangles. I'm not through with this one yet. They need to be 9 rounds, and this one is right now is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm on the 7th round of it right now, and it needs to be 9. So in my mind, before I ever started working on it, I didn't know if it was going to take a whole one to make a triangle or what, So I was a little nervous about that, but I said, well, I'm going to make one up to see how much yarn it takes. And then if it takes too much and I'm not going to have enough yarn to make all 6 triangles, I'll just rip it out and do something different. But it worked up good. Okay, so this is my second one that I'm on. I used the first Ogo, and this is what I have left. And I went ahead and opened another one and started it because I just didn't want the center of the next triangle to be green. So anyway, this is working up so quick. Let me just show y'all how quick it's working up. Yeah, I've already made 3 of them. I've already made 3 of these. The video tutorial is awesome. It is so well done and so easy to understand. I mean, she has a gift for just explaining what she's doing and showing you. and it is just a really nice tutorial. These are working out really well. So I have 3 made. I have 3 more to go. So I'm on my 3rd one, and I'm on the 7th row, and it's 9 rounds. So I got 2 more rounds, and then I only have 2 more to do. That's pretty quick, right? Because I just started these yesterday. So anyway, I love the way the colors are kind of randomly, doing. I'm not a color control person. If I buy a cake, or now like I have some Ogos, but a cake, I'm just the type of person, like, I just want to let it flow, let the project make up ever how it wants to be. I'm not a color control person. You might have figured this out about me. I don't like everything to be the same. I don't like symmetrical. I like things to be off. I don't like matchy matchy. I'm not matchy matchy. I'm not symmetrical. I just like things to have an artistic flair, you know. Really, I like for things to have an artistic flair. I know everyone is different. Some people like symmetrical, matchy matchy, and that's your choice. If that's what you like, then do it, because make yourself happy. Definitely, I'm gonna make myself happy and make mine crazy. But anyway, I love how it's working up. But I do have everything I just said. I was gonna say I do have a concern about that, but I'll get to that in a second. See how it's just random, and then the second square, the middle square there is more random, and then here we have this one. So I have 2 that started with green, and that's why I didn't start this one with green yet. I wanted the next one, and it is a join as you go, so this next one will be joining. I guess I could join it to either end, but I wanted the center not to be green since those 2 were green. I wanted it to be, more just different. So this one starts with white, and I do have one in the middle there that starts with white. And so I'm going to do this one and add it to one of the ends. I don't know which side yet, just wherever I think it looks good. But my concern is this, okay? The ladies that judge at the fair, it's usually older ladies who probably have been crocheting their whole life. So they're probably like judging really hard. And so sometimes I feel like people might not understand like the flow of the cake, and it changes colors abruptly, and they might think, well, why did she do that? Why did she change colors? Not realizing it was a cake. And so they may not realize this is an Ogo, and you only get so much yarn before it changes colors. And they might think, that's ugly. Why didn't she do like so many rounds of this color and so many rounds of that color? Not knowing that it's supposed to be random, you know what I'm saying? So they might judge on that, and they might be the type that prefer matchy matchy and symmetrical and all that kind of stuff, and they may not like the artistic flair that I like. So they could judge according to their preference, you know what I'm saying? So that is, like, you just never know. I mean, it's not really a concern because it's not the end of the world, by all means. It's just something fun to do. Enter my projects in the fair, and if they place, they place. If they don't, they don't. I had fun making the project and entering it in the fair and going and seeing everyone else's projects. So I want to say thank you for telling me about this pattern, because it is very nice. And it's just working up so well. I'm kind of a little bit concerned that it's not, when I lay it out and kind of fan it out, this round right here kind of flips up just a little. Now on the tutorial, she is using a 4-weight yarn. She's using like some Red Heart Super Savers, I guess. And she's using the K, which is a 6.5 millimeter hook. I mean, she's actually using this exact hook. This Ogo, I think, is a little bit thicker yarn. It's a 4-weight yarn, but it's on the thicker side. So I feel like I should have went up a hook size. Well, I feel like I should have used an 8mm. I feel like I should have used my pink 8mm, if not even the 9mm, but for sure at least the 8. I feel like this is kind of tight, and just needed to be bigger stitches, because it's kind of curling up there at the bottom. So I don't know how that's going to lay once I get it all together. But you do go back at the end and do like a scalloped edge around it. So I don't know if that might help, or we'll see. But I didn't realize until after I had done 2 and joined them that I probably should have used a bigger hook. So if I make another one of these for any reason, I will use a bigger hook. But the one that she makes, she's using, like I said, Red Heart Super Saver. I just noticed something weird. She's using Red Heart Super Saver 4-weight yarn, and hers is working up lovely, and it's laying flat. It looks awesome. I just think my yarn was a little on the thicker side, and probably my tension and all that too. I should have just went up to an 8mm rope, but I didn't know. And I'm not ripping all this out to start over, because I got a lot of other stuff to do too. So this is what I'm working on today. I hope to get my 3 other triangles finished soon, so that we can do the scallop edge and then call it done. In her pattern, on the one end, she puts some buttons. I don't know that I'm going to put the buttons. I don't know. I'll have to look and see. I'm not going to buying any. If I have some in there that would work, might do that. I'll have to get Big Daddy to sew them on for me. But I'm not going to purchase any buttons. But I don't know that I have any wooden buttons. And I think wooden would definitely, to go with the country vibe Christmas, it would definitely. Now, I won't be using this in my home. Not because I don't think it's beautiful. It is beautiful. But last year we did not put up a tree at all. Like me and Big Daddy, we barely were just waking up every day and doing what we needed to do. Yes, last year at Christmas time, we were just trying to put one foot in front of the other and do the next thing that had to be done. We were not doing anything extra. But first of all, he could not get in the attic to get a Christmas tree down. So one of the boys would have to do it. And at the time, they were both really busy with their jobs and just things they had going on. And so we just never asked for one of them to come and get the tree down. And it didn't bother us. It didn't bother us. So we did not do a Christmas tree last year. If we were to do one this year, which I don't know if that'll happen or not, if we were to, this is not our Christmas colors. Not at all. And we'd have a tree skirt anyway. I think we have a turquoise Christmas tree skirt already. But our colors on our ornaments and tree skirt and stockings and all that stuff is not really traditional color for Christmas. They're more jewel tone colors. And so this would not fit in that scheme of colors. I heard a car honking. It might be the mail lady. But anyway. So, yeah, this would not match our tree and stuff at all. And I'm not sure if it matches my son's or not. I would give this to him if he likes the colors of it. Or I probably could, after the fair, I probably could whip him up in whatever colors one he wants, if he didn't buy one last year. Last year, about October-ish, November, might have been in November, he and I had went to Target and was walking around, and he said he needed a tree skirt, and we went and looked at them, and the prices of them were just like, oh my gosh. I mean, that's just a skirt to go around the tree. That's not counting the presents. Because those tree skirts, this was at Target, they were mighty expensive. I mean, I thought they were pricey, which I hadn't purchased one in many years, but I just thought they were really pricey. And so we were walking around looking at them, and he needed to buy one, and I'm sitting there talking about how expensive they were. So he didn't buy one, but he probably went back later and bought one without me sitting there saying how pricey they were. I don't know. I really don't. I can't recall if he ever bought one or not. But if he did not buy one and he wants one, I'll make him one out of this. We were looking at them last year, and they were so pricey and everything, and I was commenting on that, and I was like, looks like you need to learn to crochet. And so, or he said I could crochet him one or something. I said, you need to learn to crochet. But anyway, I'll see if he wants this one or if he wants one with different colors, and I might could make that for him later. If he even likes it. He may not like the style, but I love the country look of it. I mean, I like the simplicity of it, really. You know what I'm saying? Just like that stocking I made. It's the granny stitch stocking. I like the simplicity of it, and I like that it has a kind of a country vibe to it. And like I said before, you know, it's kind of like something they would have had on Little House on the Prairie. And I just like it being simple the way it is. And a lot of people suggested that I add like stuff to it to dress it up, but that's not the vibe I was going for. I really just like the country simplicity of it. And that's what I like about this. I just like that it's very subtle, you know, and it's has that Christmas vibe, but yet it's a country vibe. So anyway, that's what I'm doing today. I did get three triangles out of the first Ogo. And then this is the first triangle out of this. So I'll be able to get the other two out of this one. And I'll just have this green left over to go in my scrap ball bucket. Or I might just take it, whatever I have left over out of the two of these, because I'm sure I'm going to have this right here left over. And I have another one of these, so I'll probably take these and try to tuck into that Ogo some kind of way, so that when I make a project with it, I'll know that these go with it. But I like how it's working up, and I want to just, thank you guys. I know I said it already, but thank you so much for telling me about Fiber Flux. I think I saw another pattern on there that I'm going to be doing, but not, I mean, it could be done in Christmas colors, but it could also be done in other colors, and I'm going to do it in jewel tone colors for my coffee table, probably. We'll see. Or my dining table, either one. I hadn't decided yet, but so tell me what you guys are drinking today. Tell me what your favorite drink is, and if you drink tea, like hot teas, tell me how you drink them. Like, what do you put in them? Do you just prefer iced tea? Do you just prefer hot tea? A mixture of both? I'm kind of a both in the wintertime. But in the summertime, it's just too hot to drink hot tea. But tell me what your favorite beverage is. If it's not tea, or coffee, or whatever, what is your favorite beverage? I'm going to tell y'all the secret. My most favorite beverage or thing to drink in this world is, you ready? Chocolate milk. That is my thing. I love chocolate milk. I have drank chocolate milk my whole life. I've never drank white milk. I do not drink white milk. I cannot make myself drink white milk. I have to have chocolate in it. So I buy Nesquik powder and I drink chocolate milk. Yeah. So a lot of times I will tell Big Daddy, I love you more than chocolate milk. And he says, no, you don't. But thank you anyway. He knows I'm lying. No, I'm just kidding. I do love my chocolate milk. But I'll tell him, I love you more than chocolate milk. And he's like, no, you don't. You're lying. I love that man. So, what project are you working on today? What's your crochet goals for this week? What are you trying to get knocked out? Like I said before, I'm working on some fair projects, mainly Christmas projects for the fair, because I don't, haven't crocheted that all year. But I love how my things are turning out. I'm very pleased with my projects so far, how it's all going. And yeah, it's awesome. Life is awesome. It is a beautiful day to crochet, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Bye, friends, and I will see you all again in the very next video.